base up again soon. He's going to have it up and running. But Hwasin has been playing. Luxury has done a good job of really limiting Hwasin's resources, and Luxury has continued to kill Hwasin's army throughout the game and prevented him from getting that big army up and running. Luxury, although unfortunately he's also mined out in his main, I don't think his National's got a lot of resources left in it since he did go for a 12 hatchery build, and he really needs to secure another Expo ASAP. He needs to get that 4 o'clock Expo going as well to keep himself in. So that he doesn't surrender his advantage. Luxury once again trying to put pressure on Hwasin. I think Luxury should be satisfied with containing Hwasin in his natural for now. He should be satisfied with that because Hwasin once again has not been able to get that expo. So Hwasin is on one base right now, and that's got to be hurting him because Hwasin is not able to take until he can secure that middle ground. He can't really take that expo at the 10 o'clock position. And Luxury with the Zergling there has just got it there waiting for that expo to come down. Luxury now putting a sunken down at that 8 o'clock expo. He still hasn't sent a drone out to try and plant a hatchery down at the 8 o'clock. And now Hwasin pushing out on the middle ground, pushing past those bridges because he realizes crucially that he needs to secure that area of the map so that he can get his economy up and running. He's still on one base. He's only mining right now from the 4 o'clock expo. Now sending the SCVs around, and Luxury's going to try and trap Hwasin here, but Hwasin is playing a smart defensive turtle terrain here right now, and he's able to get those SCVs through that corridor and get his defenses in place and get some sort of mining going. Luxury with a single Zergling there, a couple of Zerglings just for the scout, and Hwasin's just going to clear them out. Now Luxury coming in with the Scourges as well, and he's just keeping those SCVs, those science vessels back. He's got a lurker in the middle of the map as well, so Luxury does have map control. It would seem like some sort of fragile map control, almost wasting those Scourges there. Good job by Luxury to pull them back, and now Hwasin setting up his defenses at that 8 o'clock expo, at the 10 o'clock expo, which he's already lost. Hwasin putting a bunker down. He's obviously got the siege tank with the cliff advantage there as well, and careless by Luxury leaving that Hireless in the middle of his group. Really poor micro by Luxury, not able to pull that irradiated Hireless out and losing his Scourges in the process. Hwasin meanwhile has rebuilt his science vessel fleet. He's got 3 science vessels again, but Luxury has done a good job, and now finally Luxury's got that queasiness stuff. Luxury has done a good job of keeping Hwasin's science vessel count low. Luxury once again going in with a Hireless against Hwasin's medic and marine group, but this time Hwasin does have the support of the siege tank, so he can pull back to those bridges and use that as an and use the siege tanks to shell those Hireless and push Luxury back. But I think Luxury's happy enough to just keep Hwasin locked in there. Hwasin trying to sneak an SCV through to scout and see if Luxury is trying to take that bottom left-hand corner expansion at the 7 o'clock position, but Luxury doesn't look to me on the minimap that Luxury has taken that. Luxury once again coming in trying to snap those science vessels, and if he had those Scourges, if he had managed to retain those Scourges, he would have been in a really strong position. Now Luxury getting those lurkers in range of that siege tank over the cliff. He's killed most of Hwasin's medic and marine group, but Hwasin is doing a great job of playing defensive terrain here with those siege tanks on the cliffs, but unfortunately he's got no medic and marines to defend against this, and Luxury, despite the cliff disadvantage, and great irradiated by Luxury, by Hwasin, but Luxury with some decent micro, killing off his own Hireless. Unfortunately for Luxury, one of the siege tanks does survive, so Hwasin's defense once again holds, but Hwasin is continually bleeding troops and bleeding army, and Luxury is now forced to start producing some Zerglings because he just doesn't have the economy, I believe, to keep going. He's down to 2 bases as well, and he really needs to get another base down somewhere. I think he's probably trying to take that bottom left-hand corner expansion, because surely that expansion will be difficult for Hwasin to attack. Hwasin now once again pushing it. Obviously Hwasin is able to replenish that mech and marine group, and Hwasin has built up a fleet of 5 science vessels, and at one point where Luxury got his own Hireless irradiated and lost 4 Scourges in the process, I think that might prove to be the turning point of this matchup, because those 4 Scourges would have had an opportunity to take down another 2 of Hwasin's science vessels. As it is, Hwasin's managed to build up a fleet of 5 science vessels, and the SK Terran build is really going to kick into high gear unless Luxury can take some of those science vessels down. Luxury once again trying to focus on those science vessels with the Hireless. He hasn't killed a single science vessel. Hwasin with some great micro using the science vessels, shield the medical marine, but he's lost his siege tank. He's lost a couple of the medical marines as well, and Luxury this time using the Zerglings as well is going to take the siege tanks down and is going to resecure the middle of the map, but Hwasin again fighting from the cliffs, and you can just see what a huge advantage the Terran player has. Really, Hwasin should not be in this position, should not be able to defend that expansion the way he is using those cliffs, despite the fact that the Zerg player has got control of the middle of the map. He's not really able to affect too much damage against the Terran, but once again Hwasin escapes with his science vessels intact, and that's going to be hurting Luxury. And again, really, he has to try and get another expansion down somewhere. He's had control of the map for such a long period of time, but hasn't been able to take any expansions down. It's only going to be a matter of time before he runs out of resources, and now he's getting that hive going, and Luxury's almost mined out in his natural expo, and now he looks like he's finally putting a hatchery down at the 4 o'clock base. I guess he feels that his economy is such that he doesn't need to do that. I think Luxury still with level 2 carapace upgrades. I'm not sure if he's got range attack. I'm sure he's got range attack upgrade on those Hireless, but I haven't checked that yet. And Hwasin, I believe, again, looks like Hwasin's got 2-1 upgrades on his infantry, but again, my resolution isn't great on the video on my screen, so I can't tell 100%. Luxury definitely with level 2 carapace upgrades, and I believe he probably has level 2 range attack upgrades with the frequency with which he's using those Hireless. Hwasin now once again pushing out with the science vessels and American Marines, and Hwasin has now built up a sizable fleet of science vessels, and now he's got a dropship out as well. I'm sure that dropship is intended for that 4 o'clock expo. Luxury's got a single Scourge hovering above it. It looks like he's produced a couple more Scourge there, and he really realizes that he needs to whittle his science vessel count down. He needs to hold those Scourges back until the battle is in full force and he's picked off some of those American Marines, and then affect the attack with the Scourges. And actually Luxury might even be trying to go and do some serious Hwasin might be trying to go with that dropship and do some serious economic damage at that 8 o'clock expo of Luxury's. That Zergling might have spotted though, and again this has been where Luxury's let himself down a little bit. His Scourge micro hasn't been as good as it could have been, and now that dropship is coming down, Luxury has only got the single sunken there to defend this expansion, and he might lose some drones here if he isn't careful, and Luxury not pulling the drones out, and Luxury very careless here, not multitasking, and this might be GG right here for Luxury. If he loses all of these drones, he's not going to be able to recover from it. His economy is not going to be able to recover. He has once again secured the middle of the map by killing Hwasin's forces in the middle, but now he's lost the sunken, and he hasn't pulled any troops back. He's going to pull his troops back, but it's too late. He's lost all the drones in that expansion. He's now bringing the Zerglings in, and Hwasin just focusing on the expansions with the Marines. Luxury is probably going to be able to save this expansion, but unfortunately for him, he's lost all of the drones that he had. He's managed to save his gas drones, but that's going to hurt him big time. Luxury doesn't have the economy to be able to afford this, and again, this is the difference between Luxury and Jaedong, or Luxury and Savior. I don't believe that sort of attack would have been effective against Savior or Jaedong, considering that there was the one expansion there, only in the lone group of American Marines. I'm sure they would have either pulled the drones back or gotten their reinforcements down sooner, but Luxury caught up in the battle in the middle of the map, trying to secure that middle map, has now surrendered that expansion, and any advantage he might have gleaned by putting that 4 o'clock expansion on, any advantage he might have gained has gone. He has now got that hive up, so he will be able to get his tech up and running. He's got that Defiler mound up, but unfortunately for him, his opponent is in a good position as well, because Hwasin has got that expo. Hwasin has got equal expos compared to Luxury's. Hwasin's got 2 bases, Luxury's also on 2 bases, and so a Terran player on equal number of bases with the Zerg player spells a lot of trouble for the Zerg player usually, and Luxury, despite the fact that he's had map control in the middle of the map for a long time, has not been able to really secure a decisive advantage, not been able to get that extra gas down that he really needed to be able to push forward. But he has got that Defiler's den down, and Hwasin with only the 4 racks, unfortunately for him, you would expect a Terran player to really have 8 racks to really be effective against a Zerg player, but Hwasin with only the 4 racks. Now Luxury's forced to put Sunkens down to try and hold that defense, and while Luxury is defending the 4 o'clock expo, Hwasin is going to walk unchallenged into that 8 o'clock expo of Luxury's, and Luxury's going to lose that expo. He's got a couple of lurkers that are being irradiated. He's got a Defiler as well, so he's at least going to be able to put up Swarm and actually defend, and that is the huge advantage that Defilers do give a Zerg player, that they can hold off defensively for a much longer period of time with a much smaller force. But now Hwasin with a dropship is coming in for that expansion. The Sunkens aren't up yet. Luxury is coming in with those Zerglings. Hwasin looks like he's not going to be able to do too much damage. He's going to just try and kill a few drones because he can't both fight the Zerglings and take the Sunkens down. The Sunkens come up in time, so Luxury's defense holds. Hwasin now is marauding over the map with the American Marines, but he hasn't affected too much damage against Luxury, and Luxury, if he can continue to hold these 2 expansions, will be in a good position to counter-attack against Hwasin. Although again, Luxury is not in a good position right now because of the economy, but I do believe that Luxury's got the tech advantage and he's got the hive up as well. Hwasin though has got that science vessel fleet up and running, and Luxury really needs to kill some science vessels here. Hwasin with about 5 or 6 science vessels at the very least, now pushing out towards that 4 o'clock expansion. You can see that Luxury is no longer able to hold the middle of the map. Hwasin with that crucial dropship attack that I believe was the game-changing maneuver at Luxury's 10 o'clock expo has now been able to reassert some sort of map control and be able to roam at free with his American Marines, which is obviously crucial for a Terran player to be able to do. Luxury, I'm surprised he hasn't taken that expansion at the bottom left-hand corner of the map, even though I think it might be a mineral-only expansion. I don't see any reason why Luxury hasn't taken that expansion to give himself that another base to mine minerals from, but obviously what Luxury needs is another gas, and Hwasin continue to pump out those science vessels, and noticing that Luxury has made the switch to Lurker-Link Defiler has produced a few firebats, and Hwasin now, what it looks to be, has got the critical mass of Terran forces to be able to take this game and to be able to affect the victory. And I think the telling factor is going to be Luxury's inability to really multitask to the standard that he needed to. Luxury trying to get a plague off on those science vessels. He manages to catch some of the science vessels and the American Marines, but Hwasin is not going to be too worried by that because it's just going to slow him down a little bit. He's going to be able to pull back, and Luxury needs to find a way of getting another expansion down somewhere, but he's not able to right now. And there's going to be one crucial battle here. If Luxury can win one crucial battle, he will be in a good position, but Hwasin is in a much better position to be able to recover from Luxury's attacks than vice versa. Luxury has once again produced a decent sized force of Hydralisks, and Plague with Hydralisk combo can be really effective against his Biobuild, as we've seen. But Hwasin now has secured, it looks like, that expansion to set up another expansion at the 9 o'clock position. He's got 2 siege tanks and a group of medic marines there, and he's also going to be able to shell the bridges of Luxury's 8 o'clock expansion, provide support to his medic marines from that expansion as well. Luxury now is going to come and snipe that science vessel. Good play by Luxury, using the Scourges decently there to snipe the science vessels as it's coming over the bridge to try and pick off lurkers and irradiate them. But really, it has to be said, Hwasin needs to get another expansion down somewhere. Right now, Hwasin is in a very good position. Luxury needs to get another expansion down somewhere because Luxury is in a very good position. And Luxury pushing in with the Zerglings is going to try and take that expansion down. He's going to use the Swarm to get those Zerglings up the ramp. And he's going to be able to take both those siege tanks down. And that bunker is still in play. Now he's got the Swarm over the bunker as well. So Luxury is actually going to be able to take the bunker down as well. Hwasin trying to get those Science Buses in to get in support. But that one Defiler doing the job. And Luxury's got more Defilers in play. Hwasin's now going to come in. Hwasin might get caught on the bridge here by Plagues. And Luxury coming in to try and affect a Plague. He's not able to do so. Unfortunately, he just gets his Defiler irradiated, but he has put the Swarm down. He has managed to prevent Hwasin from taking that expansion, which was obviously crucial for him. So good play by Luxury there. Hwasin not really able to secure a decisive advantage in both players, and it has to be said, I do feel that Luxury probably deserves to win this game. I feel that he's played the better StarCraft. Hwasin has really been able to take advantage of the structure of the map to keep himself in this game. But now Luxury once again going in the middle of the map, and Luxury with a brilliant Plague, catching all of the Medic and Marines and the Science Vessels, and Luxury's Cracklings are going to take the Medic and Marines down, and Hwasin Science Vessel fleet has been whittled down to only the 2 Science Vessels, and now the Zerg are